Okay, hey everybody. It is good to see you. Happy Tuesday. Hope that you're all healthy, happy. So I've been asked to create this video showing a step-by-step demonstration of how to make a live event on Microsoft Teams. So that's what I'm going to be doing with you today. I hope to keep the process pretty smooth and painless. So what I'm going to do is I am going to share my screen with everybody, and I'm going to send that to you. So what you should be seeing in just a moment is my desktop, which you see now. All right, so what you see currently is my desktop screen. What I would like to do is I would like to show you how to create a live event like this so that you can connect with your students. The very first step is on the very left of your screen on Microsoft Teams is the calendar button. So you want to click that, and that is going to take you right over here. You see this beautiful calendar. You can see the demonstration that I'm doing right now. Now, what you guys are going to want to do is create a live event. Now, the difference between a live event and a meeting is that in a meeting, all of your students can talk. They can mute themselves, but in a live event, your students cannot talk. They can only type their questions to you. I personally prefer a live event because I met with all of my students at the same time. A live meeting with them where the students could talk would be difficult because there would be so many voices. So I'm going to show you how to do the live event. So right up here in the top right hand corner of the screen, you're going to see a drop down menu under New Meeting. You want to click the arrow, which will show you Schedule Meeting and Live Event. You want to click on Live Event. Now you want to give your live event a title that's descriptive for your students. This is what they're going to be seeing. So you might title this Teleschool Practice Session, right? For you, you could put the name of your class in there. Now, in terms of presenters, it's really important that you invite any presenters that you would like to have in your live event. Presenters are other teachers or administrators who could hop on in and help you teach the class. Yesterday, Ms. Peyton hopped in, Mr. Hanson, Mr. Rogers, Coach Jemison, they all hopped into my class. So if I wanted to invite a presenter, I might invite Ms. Peyton by just typing in her name, right? I could invite Ms. Picatos, right? She could come in and join my class. Now, in terms of setting a time for your class, I recommend starting your class, setting the start time about 15 to 30 minutes early for students who have never used this type of thing before. My class on Monday began at 10 a.m. I set the start time at 9:30, right? Your start time is completely up to you. Just make sure that you are giving yourself enough time for the entirety of class. Now, once that being said, you've invited your presenters, you made your start and end time. You're going to go ahead and click Next. Now, a couple of things for you to note. You want to keep the live event permissions as organization-wide. That means that everybody with a Fulton Schools organization network ID is going to be able to watch your video and to be a part of your live event. You want to scroll down. Now, this is very important. This is probably the most important part of setting up your live event. First, double check and make sure that your recording buttons have been selected. You can see that they are pre-selected here. This is important so that you can record the class and give it to your students right after. Now, my recommendation for you guys is that you do want to make sure that you record. I'm going to be uploading this recording as a YouTube video. I've been finding that that's the easiest way to make the recording available to everybody. All right, now you also want to make sure that you keep the captions button on. I had a deaf student that was particularly helpful for him. You can also translate the captions into several different languages. For example, I have a student who speaks Arabic and I have another student who speaks Chinese. They're both my ESOL students, right? So I'm going to choose Arabic and Chinese right here. Now this button is the most important. It's vital that you click the Q&A button. This is the only way that you have to communicate with your students. If you forget to click this, you will not be able to go back later and change it. So as you're setting up your event, be conscientious and careful about clicking this Q&A button. If you don't click it, the students cannot contact you. Now I'm going to click schedule. And what you're going to see here is the live event. Right, the live event is accessible here. Now I'm actually going to edit the time so I can show you what it will look like. So I'm going to set this at 3:30. I'm going to update it. And what I want to do is I want to show you guys how to send an invitation to your students. Now, right up here, you see invite attendees. You click get attendee link and it automatically copies for you. Now, what you're going to do is, for me, you can send this out a couple of ways. You can send out a mass message via your Infinite Campus. I recommend that. You're going to hit the most people that way. If you're somebody who already uses Teams, like I do, you can just simply post this to your teams. So you can see that yesterday I posted a link saying, hello students, this link will be active at 9:30 a.m. Class will begin at 10. Click the link to join the class. You can see I've already posted my link for next week's class as well. It's your choice whether to do this. I recommend doing it, right? This way the students can click the link and they'll be able to join your class. Now, with that being said, I want to walk you through a couple of other features of live events. So I want to actually show you the teacher view of the screen. And I'm sending that your way now. So what you're looking at currently is what I am seeing from the teacher point of view. First thing that you need to notice, you can tell that this is recording using the red dot in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. That's very important, right? The other thing that you're going to see is right now there are 0 attendees. When your students begin joining, that number is going to multiply and go up. Now, the other feature that I want to point out to you guys is the Q&A feature. That's right here in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. You can click that and you're going to notice a variety of options. The first thing that you need to know is whenever your students send you a question, that's going to pop up in the news section right here of your screen. Now, if you want to make an announcement to all your attendees, you can send that right here. That will go to everybody who is part of your live event. You can see it moved to published. Now, when your students send you a question, you're going to get a couple of options. You can reply to the student privately. If the student has said something that you think is really valuable and of import, you can actually click publish and all of the students will be able to see it. If you see a student that has a nonsensical, off-topic comment, you can dismiss it. I had a couple of those yesterday, so I'm going to give you some forewarning that will happen. Now, what I like to do with the Q&A, you need to know that there's a 30-second lag between your video and what the students are seeing. So if you ask a question to the students, you're not going to get an immediate notification that the students are answering. You want to give it about 20 to 30 seconds and the answers will start coming through. When the answers come through, you can actually read them aloud, you can publish them. All of those are a really good way to engage with the students. Based on the student feedback I got yesterday, it was very successful for them. Now, a couple of other features you need to note. The students will be able to take notes on the meeting here. I personally recommend not using this function. I would recommend having them do notes on their own, just because that way they're more easily accessible after the meeting. When you notice here, the meeting chat, the only people you can chat with are other presenters. You cannot chat one-on-one with your students. The only place to chat with your students is in the Q&A. So keep in mind, other presenters can send you a chat message, but you cannot send them to students. When you see participants, you're going to notice the only participants who appear are going to be the presenters. So it's important that if you want to take attendance, you send the students a form that they can take attendance on. Now, lastly, you'll notice here under settings, this is where you can check your speaker and audio. Now, one thing for you to notice, you do need to make sure that you are turning on your microphone before you start the meeting. So you can see that my microphone is on. It will give you a message if your microphone is off, but that is something that you have to manually do. Now, with that being said, the last thing you need to know is that you will know when you are sharing your screen because there is a red line around the edges of your screen. Now, the way to share is at the bottom, you're going to see a button that says share. But when you click share, that's not all you have to do. You have to click the content you want to share. So I clicked my desktop. That goes into my queue. I'm going to send it live, and then the students will be able to see it, right? They will not see my desktop until I send live. Now I'm going to do it again with my personal video. You'll notice I click my video, but I'm going to send it live. And now what participants will see is my video. So again, I'm going to click my desktop, send live, and that's what participants are going to be able to see. So keep in mind, everything goes to the queue first, and you have to click send live every time you want something to change. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing now. Now, I wanted to let you know if you have any questions at all, let me just send my video back live. If you have any questions at all, I want you to feel free to reach out to me. My school email address is the best way to contact me. But overall, happy teleschool and good luck teaching from home. Again, stay healthy, wash your hands, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm here. All right. Bye, everybody.